So
Yeah,
I want
man.
to go back to something you said just now, right?
Right.
You guys build your own batteries,
Yes. Yes. So we started off building our own batteries. Yes. But now it's a collaborative effort. So
right?
we started off building our own batteries.
And what was the background with that? Because usually people will just get third party batteries from somewhere. You just
Hmm.
plug in the connector and they work. But you guys have your own custom built batteries for your drones.
Yes. So, really and truly, these batteries weren't the prettiest looking thing, and they weren't the safest things. I have to put that out there. Um, persons who build persons who do FPV, these guys, they're not new to building batteries. Once you're
Mm.
doing FPV to the level that we were doing it, because you have the goggles, the regular FPV drones, and we build
Yeah.
high speed drones. We were building drones that could go 0 to 160, 170 kilometers in 1 second.
Right.
And there comes times when we didn't want to spend a lot of money. We had batteries that some of the cells failed. So we used to take cells from one battery, put it
Yeah.
to another one to build it into one. And that's where I started to meddle with, you know, building batteries. We just started very basic. We didn't have any BMS, any smart BMS system or anything like that, or like what we have now. We just smack some cells together. Um, we had our little solder. When you're doing lipo batteries, you have to know how to solder them
Yeah.
specifically. You have certain type of equipment that you need. We started meddling with that. You know, I have a good background in, especially when it comes to battery engineering and stuff. I actually try to get knowledge and certification in that area while I was completing university by doing it as an elective.
Okay.
And that's where the safety part came in, knowing how to discharge rates, doing a C rates, a charge rates, different type of charging protocols, and you know stuff like that. um we started from a small level. We're building lipo batteries for FPV drones, and really and truly it's not that complicated. You just scale it up because it's the same lipo batteries that these agriculture drones are using. So
Right.
it just fell right into our court, where the experience that we gained from building, working with FPV drones, building the batteries and stuff, we just started to apply what we learned from the raw level there, and
Mm.
then we partner with Tattoo UAV, which is,
Right.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows Tattoo if you're dealing
Yeah.
with FPV.
Battery company.
Right, and they
Yeah.
were also new. They were also quite the new players when it comes to, you know, I wouldn't say new when it comes to smart BMS batteries for agriculture drones. And there were things that we picked up. They started in early in the development process, and there was things that we, with our experience, we could help them and guide them on, like the data acquisition and certain flaws and stuff that the smart BMS system had. And it was a collaborative effort which we came and we started putting our batteries that we have now together. And yeah, they're having them on the market and stuff. um we've come a far way. We have multiple iterations. These batteries are very smart. DJI batteries, persons who are use DJI agriculture drones, they're used to having smart BMS batteries for a while now. We didn't started with smart BMS batteries, and we're at industry standard smart BMS batteries that we have now, very reliable lipo batteries, and that's just where it is on the
Nice one.
Mhm.
So here this question, right? How has it been? So I've seen that when it comes to drones and the sort of innovations, especially in the Caribbean region, Jamaica has been looking into or doing a lot of y'all are very you're in a different space as compared to a lot of the other islands in terms of ahead and forward, a lot more forward and willing to try different things than a lot of other islands. But how has it been specifically with agricultural drones working with the authorities and getting past that initial, you know, reservation, stumbling block, whatever, to start spraying? Because, some people might say, this drone could be used to spray dangerous chemicals and kill people and that kind of thing. What has that experience been like for you guys?
Well, luckily, even though we're the first to be manufacturing drones, but we were not the first to be doing the
Yeah.
services here in Jamaica as a company. So there were companies in before us, and I have to say, Agrocalum, they were one of the first set of guys to bring agriculture drones here in Jamaica
Okay.
in 2016. And I have to give credit to them. They were the ones who basically created the stepping stone in terms of regulatory wise, for other persons to come in. So the thing is with us is that in Jamaica here, you do need a license, whether it's an FAA or something in that realm, so that you can get a special permit. And that special permit now would qualify you to do commercial, um, not only agricultural only, but any form of commercial work. You
Right.
know, from that we have the Pesticide Control Authority, and they are the ones in our country that you will get your applicator license from them. So you will get your applicator license from the Pesticide Control Authority, and it's still a working progress because you do have persons here who are operating drones who they don't necessarily have a license. And the thing is, things are changing fast. We do have regulations when it comes to drones here, and they have worked. And I have to say, all the regulatory bodies have specially worked with us because they know that we are manufacturing, and we're speeding up the process for our persons to get drones. And it hasn't been, I wouldn't say it's been a struggle for farmers to become compliant, or for us to become compliant, because these guys, they saw us from the beginning. We reached out to them because that was one of our main priority, even just starting out, even at the prototype stage. We were
Yeah.
in dialogues with them and say, hey, we are hoping to get this by X amount of time. What do I need to put in place? What does a farmer need? What do we need to put in place to ensure that we are compliant and we're safe? What training do we need? And they have offered training. You know, the Pesticide Control Authority offers training for agriculture drone application, not just backpack sprayers and stuff, because they're responsible for all types of stuff, chemically and stuff. And there have been
Right.
concerns from a lot of persons that, hey, this is unsafe. Is it, are they trained to do this? We don't want to be burning down somebody else's farm with herbicides. Are they trained to know how to deal with wind and so forth? And yes, we do have a very strict um and we do have regulatory bodies out here that's governing the space. And in Jamaica, that's the thing that makes Jamaica different, I would say, because they adapt fast these days. Like
Okay.
anything new that comes into the country, the government is ready to align their system to ensure that we are not blocked off from using it, but they're inclusive of all the new tech and stuff. We don't get a lot of setbacks and holdbacks. They help us. They guide us in getting regulation, getting ourselves compliant and so forth. So it's not being a very hard process
Okay.
for us or the farmers here in Jamaica. Mhm.
Okay. Cool, man. That's good to know. Have you guys started providing the drones to customers outside of Jamaica's yet?
Yes, we have only had one. Um, so far we've have one. We're going to provide our first drone. We're going to be sending a drone to Guyana, and then we have interest in sending a few more. So we're sending one of our largest drone to Guyana. So this is going to be, we're just starting to send our drone internationally on sale. So
Nice.
it's just been locally through the government, and also through private
Nobody.
um entity who have acquired our drones, because we're just over 1 year old officially, and we
Right.
just started out. So yeah, we are just starting to go into the international markets, sending our drone out. Guyana is going to be our first market that we're going to be on the board, the rice committee over there, and the sugarcane industry over there. We've actually had a sit down to talk with the government of Guyana and also them, and they're very much interested in working with us, because the agriculture sector in Guyana is large, you
Yeah.
know and
Yeah.
yeah, man, much bigger than here. And we're just very much grateful to be, them to be our first international buyer.
Nice, man. Congratulations on that one.
Yeah, man, definitely.